what is the number one thing you would impart to parents? Because I think that this is, the I'm very grateful for this book because parents come to me all the time and ask, and there's very few books. I'm sort of aware of one other that I would recommend for middle school grades ages. And so now there's this, which I think is killer. But what do you recommend for the parent who can't get the kid motivated or even interested to read a book, no matter what superpowers that it contains? Which, great title, by the way, because that's going to be irresistible. But
Right.
you know, let's talk to the parents, and what can they do to encourage this if they're not like you already sort of getting an alphabet list going for a
Right.
youngster from the get-go.
Well, I think, it starts kind of with what we were talking about just a moment ago, that there's this thing in education right now, at least in the US, where memory or memorization is bad. It's just, I don't know, the schools made it seem that way. And, you're looking, so that then makes parents think that they should find a school where, you know, they hear the things like, we're not about memorization, right? We're about learning. And I think that's the dumbest thing that any teacher can say, because I think learning starts with memorization. I don't know how you can learn something without any kind of memorization. And even if you do try your best to remove that component of, like, having to study something and regurgitate it from memory, what if you could do that, like I was saying before, really fast, and it's not such a big issue, and then you can actually work on the things that help the students like understand those concepts.
Mm.
Isn't that valuable, right? I think, yeah, of course memory sounds kind of boring and dry, and maybe that's why they try to shy away from it. But if you look at it through our lens, how we view memory, I think it would be a totally different feel that parents and education system would have about it. The other thing is I hope parents understand that having a good memory is something that's with you for life. And if the beginning of our conversation didn't show that, I think it's harder for, I don't think it's hard, but it's harder for adults to kind of tap into these skills, because, they've gone so long without really being able to freely think in the ways that we're saying. And kids are primed for it, imaginative, no barriers, whatever. Like, they can do whatever they want. And if we can teach it to them early on, that's setting them up for life to have these skills at their disposal. And I think that stuff is priceless.